Tonight on The Edge, a break-in in the case of a missing mother from Warren.
We know that Ashley didn't want anything to do with him.
An arrest is made in the disappearance of Ashley Elkins. Edge reporter Jessica Dupnack joins us live with what she's learned tonight.
It's been almost hell on earth. All you see is burning embers falling from the sky.
Wildfires burn out of control across Los Angeles. Fox News correspondent Connor Hansen joins us for a live report from the scene.
I couldn't believe it, and it's kept me thinking about it all day.
A local mailman is in the right place at the right time as he notices an apartment building on fire. Those stories and more right now.
This is The Edge. Breaking news in the disappearance of Warren mother Ashley Elkins.
Tonight, police make an arrest in connection to this case, and Fox 2's Jessica Dupnack has been following this story from the start. She joins us live with what she has learned and who's now under arrest. Jessica.
A very sad update to this story we've been covering really all week. A spokesperson with Ashley Elkins' family has told us that they met with police earlier, and police do believe that they have enough evidence to say that Ashley Elkins has been murdered. Not exactly the update that this family was hoping for. And of course, another update, as you mentioned just a few moments ago, that the ex-boyfriend of Ashley Elkins has been arrested. He was arrested earlier today. We were there watching him drive into the Sally Port at Roseville PD and get booked. Now, we do understand he is going to be charged on unrelated charges, not murder quite yet. Exclusive video of Roseville police officers in the back of their squad car, the ex-boyfriend of missing Ashley Elkins, arrested Wednesday evening. Ashley's heartbroken family getting this news, the news they dreaded.
There was substantial evidence collected at the home of the ex-boyfriend. They also indicated that based upon that evidence, that Ashley was murdered.
He's expected to be charged Thursday morning in Roseville on related charges. For now, not murder. Ashley's body has not been located, but family spokesperson Maurice Morton says police have a good idea where it's at.
There was a monster out there that took a very beautiful young lady away from us. And if you heard the tears coming from and her children tonight, it's just absolutely heartbreaking.
The ex is the person her family suspected had something to do with Ashley's disappearance since she was last seen last Thursday.
They had broken up in September. We know that Ashley didn't want anything to do with him. So, you know, I can't get in the mind of a psychotic person, someone who would do something like this.
On Tuesday, a massive search warrant done at the ex-boyfriend's apartment in Roseville off Frazo near Gratiot. Michigan State Police brought in their forensic lab late into the night, seizing evidence, including a dumpster wrapped in crime tape that was towed from the scene. Meanwhile, the grieving family focusing on Ashley's two sons, 10 and 7 years old, who will live their whole lives without mom.
We know it's going to be tough, but it's going to take the family coming together and the community supporting us.
Now, Ashley's ex-boyfriend expected to be charged in Roseville right around 10 o'clock tomorrow morning on those related charges, not murder at this point. Now, police sources close to this investigation tell me they hope that a judge decides to remand him into custody and deny bond so they can continue to build this case while he is behind bars. Reporting live in Warren, Jessica Dupnack on The Edge.
Yeah, really feeling for her two babies who will have to grow up without a mom. But Jessica, for police, I mean, do you know if there was something that really solidified this case to this point that led to the arrest of the boyfriend, or was it really a combination of evidence that they had been working on for the last couple of days?
Well, I think a big one was the fact that last Thursday they were able to ping Ashley's phone, and the last known location was at his apartment in Roseville. That was a big clue, and the family really had a gut feeling all along that he had something to do with it. And of course, that massive search warrant yesterday yielding all kinds of physical evidence that really tipped this case and allowed Roseville police to move in and make that arrest tonight.
Yeah, well, good work, and hopefully we'll get more information as the days go on. Thanks, Jessica.
Of all the spots that you tested, there were 3 that were positive for blood, you said, correct?
On the black hoodie?
On the black hoodie.
There were multiple that tested positive.
Is there enough evidence to send Naziah Harris's suspected killer to trial? We could find out tomorrow. Today, a Detroit homicide suspect testified about the evidence that was collected near the Rouge River that appears to connect Jarvis Butts to the 13-year-old girl's disappearance. Her body has never been found. Prosecutors claim that Harris was killed by Butts after getting her pregnant.
A news alert from Detroit's west side tonight. Police investigating a shooting on Patton near Joy and Evergreen. We're told a man and a woman were shot while sitting in a car. They're both being treated at the hospital for injuries. No one is in custody at this time. Imagine being inside your home like that and seeing flames from every window. Tonight, wind-fueled wildfires continue to torch some of LA's most picturesque neighborhoods. It is being called the worst wildfires to ever hit Los Angeles.
Some say the upscale Pacific Palisades neighborhood now looks like a hellscape. And now we've just learned a new fire has broken out in the Hollywood Hills. Let's get live to Fox News correspondent Connor Hansen. He's there now. And Connor, you have your mask on, obviously for good reason. Tell us what's going on now.
Hi, Root. Well, we're standing towards the edge of that Palisades fire you were just talking about, closer to Santa Monica. This is the Pacific Coast Highway you see right next to me, and all these first responders have been working around the clock since early yesterday trying to contain them, but they keep expanding. Their job is being made harder by dry conditions and extreme Santa Ana winds that are helping fuel now several serious wildfires all around the LA area that have forced thousands to flee for safety.
With flames and smoke billowing just feet away, an 85-year-old man and his son-in-law made a desperate escape from burning homes in Los Angeles. The man used a walker to head down a hill with dozens of others trying to escape after police ordered evacuees to abandon their cars and run.
Turn around. You got it. Keep walking down the hill.
Among the evacuees were several celebrities, including one who helped people trying to escape.
There were little kids. There were mothers trying to find their kids. There were anxiety, panic attacks. It's terrible.
Several shelters are now open for those displaced, but with more than 100,000 people in evacuation zones, resources are scarce. Early Wednesday, President Biden approved an emergency disaster declaration to free up federal aid. According to FEMA, some of that assistance is already being deployed.
And there are resources in the state. In fact, there's resources from 8 other states that have come in to help.
Combined, the fires have burned more than 25,000 acres and destroyed or damaged at least 1,000 structures. Several people have lost their lives and several others have been seriously hurt.
My heart aches for all who lost their homes, their memories, and their sense of security.
President-elect Trump had this to say about the wildfires.
What's happening in California is a true tragedy.
And it's not just these local first responders. Now the Pentagon and National Guard are sending resources. The Navy bringing about 12 helicopters to help fight these flames. But again, these extreme winds have been making those flights extremely difficult throughout the past 2 days. Roop, Taryn.
Well, Connor, it seems that obviously no one's immune to this fire. A lot of celebrities, their houses have burned down at this point. Have firefighters been able to get a handle on it at all? And, you know, are people, everyone being told to evacuate?
That's right, and it's not just these high-dollar homes. These are getting into all kinds of neighborhoods now. We're talking about families. We're talking about businesses, schools that are being completely destroyed right now. And right now, these fires aren't very contained. They're getting bigger, especially these major ones like the Palisades fire that we're standing near. And it does seem like it's creeping even further south towards Santa Monica, though it still does have a ways to go. But again, over the next couple of days, hopefully this wind lets up. But it is still a lot of wind in the forecast and a lot of dry conditions and a lot of work to be done here.
Hey, Connor, right now, I know it's hard to hear every word of what we're saying, but what are the wind conditions now? I heard the wind ruffling through your microphone just a minute ago.
Yes, it is still quite windy here, Root, and you can see it with the ashes and the embers occasionally flying by. Not so much the embers right here, but that's what's causing it to spread further north, but nothing like what we saw earlier and yesterday, where there were hurricane-force winds as high as 100-mile-per-hour gusts. So we'll hope that that continues to lower and lower as the week goes.
Yeah, we sure do. Thanks for the update. Connor Hansen reporting live for us from Los Angeles, California.
And obviously, as you see, Connor, there, everybody in that area in Los Angeles carefully monitoring the weather to see if there will be a break in the winds.
Yes, Rich, how are things looking in the future forecast?
Thankfully, the wind speeds are going to slowly come down tonight and tomorrow, but it's still gusty up there. Now, this is a live picture. I'll step out of the way from L.A., looking up into the hills north of Santa Monica, and there are active fires burning. And again, like Connor said, there are some fires in the Hollywood Hills. Yesterday, we saw some of these gusts up in the 50 and 60-mile range. Thankfully, that's not the case tonight, so hopefully those firefighters can get a handle on some of the fires. Lake effect snow out in the southwest corner of the state, not coming here. Also, some lake effect well east of Port Huron and Sarnia. Here's our next weather system. This is going to be sweeping across the deep south tomorrow into Friday. There's a bullseye of heavy snow tomorrow into tomorrow night. Northern Arkansas, 6 to 10 inches of snow. That's not coming our way. 26 and 18, your official high and low there. The averages. We did have some flurries today. There are still a few flurries out there, but look at the cold numbers. Lapeer, that's not wind chill. That's an actual temperature of 4, 5 in Port Huron. Not quite as extreme for Jackson and Ann Arbor with 19s, 18 over at City Airport. We do have this northerly flow, and that's driving in the colder numbers. There are the wind chills right now. Some spots below 0 with the wind. How about these numbers? Actual temperature in Pellston right now, -9, 8 above in Bad Axe, 18 for Chicago, 20 down there in Columbus. And you can see a large chunk of the lower 48 dealing with these cold temperatures. 28 Atlanta. There's 18 out in Boston, 18 in Fargo. Even Orlando, Florida getting chilly at 46. For us, dry weather tomorrow with some sunny breaks and a breeze. Here comes that next weather system. This will drop into the region Friday. A good chance for some light snow Friday afternoon and Friday evening on the order of 1 to 2 inches. Just some lingering flurries tonight, down to 12 in the city, but colder in the northern burbs. Tomorrow, sun and clouds, brisk and cold, 27 for a high. And then notice there's no warm up in the forecast. We do have that shot of light snow Friday. More flurries down the road on Monday. Rupe and Taryn, a full check at 4 a.m.
Thanks, Rich. Well, Ann Arbor postal carrier delivering more than mail today.
Yeah, you likely saved the lives of residents in an apartment building after spotting a fire. Fox News' Dave Kinchin with this story.
See flames as if in like a bowl of flames on the porch there, and I couldn't see anybody up there.
It was hardly a routine start to Corey Shaw Hillman's day as a mail carrier in Ann Arbor. He was on his way to work when he noticed flames coming from one of the units at the Hillcrest Apartments on St. Charles Drive Wednesday morning.
I was on my way to work. It's right over there around the corner, and I was finishing my coffee, and I noticed that there was a fire on a porch.
Corey says he rushed over to the building to see if anyone was in danger.
I started buzzing the buzzers. A little girl came down, and I said, "What apartment are you in?" She let me in because I was wearing my postal uniform, and it was the opposite apartment. Nobody was in the apartment where the fire was, and I called. He's the guy, father, I assume. Said, "Please call the police." So I called 911.
He says the fire department got there in no time and did their thing as he showed them the way.
And I pointed to where it was, which porch it was, and you could see flames dripping off of that porch onto the lower porch.
Fire officials say it ended up being a minor blaze, and many here were worried it could have spread quickly to other areas. Corey says he's just glad he was in the right place at the right time.
I couldn't believe it was happening, really. I'm not the type to find themselves in the middle of this type of a situation.
And no word tonight on what caused that fire. The incident is under investigation. Dave Kinchin on The Edge.